Yo! What's going on, brothers and sisters? Hope you guys are having a good day. Got my chai latte. It's cold, snowy, I'm bundled up. Got the hat on. I was just done using the snow blower and shoveling, and it's just rough, but it's good. It's good this time of year because, again, you're just reminded of how nice having just a day to chill out can be. And this is just chill out weather. This is just stay inside. Made a pot of chili the other day. Soup. Just cooking, hanging at home. And there's really nothing wrong with that. Like, sometimes that's good, right? I think a sin that a lot of people don't really acknowledge a lot is laziness, right? And some people do acknowledge it, but too much, right? Like we all know somebody who just sits home and is probably like watching TV. Like I think of those there's like that meme going around of like the SEC, football guys, and they're just watching football all day, all weekend. Saturdays they're watching football, like all college football. Sunday they're watching NFL, just betting on games, sitting there drinking beer, right? Like that's laziness. Like that's just like kind of consuming and sitting in your own just sin. You're not getting anything done. But then we all know people on the whole other end of the spectrum, right? Like they're grinding, hustling, right? Like overworking. You think of that like hustle culture where it's just go, go, go and you never rest, right? And I think if anything, I used to probably align myself more with that. Like I've definitely been on both sides, right? But especially when this weather comes around, I think of when I was more like that, like big hustle culture guy, where like I had a sales office and just, again, I wasn't as locked in with my faith as I used to be. So like in the past, or I'm more locked in now than I used to be, right? And so when I had the sales office, like I was just rolling. And I remember like I'd just come home and I'd get like a day off here and there, which was very rare. I almost never took days off. But if I did have a day off, I wouldn't know what to do. Like I had no idea what to do with myself on my days off. Like I'd kind of just wake up and just stay in bed, try to find something on the TV. And I'd kind of just, I think I talked about in my last video, like planning and how important that is. But even on your days off, it's important to plan, because I would just waste so much energy, so much time not knowing what I wanted to do on my day off. And dude, that's the worst. Like when you just waste a day off and then you have to go back in and turn that switch back on and your cup is not refilled. Your energy is just still depleted. That's rough. And so I've really grown to appreciate over time having that time to yourself. Like I just feel like if you're grinding, and look, there's nothing wrong with working hard, right? I think everybody should be working hard at whatever they want to accomplish, at their goals, right? But you got to take some time to rest too. You got to take some time to rest. Like there is a reason why the Lord gave us the Sabbath day, right? Why he gave us that day of rest. Because we got to recharge, right? Like that's the only reason. The reason we're here isn't just to work. It's not just to work. It's to be something more than your work, your vocation, right? And I think if you want to connect with other people too, you can't just talk about your work. You got to have more to yourself than just your work, because eventually, probably one day your work won't be the sole focus anymore, right? Like I'm 24. I don't have a family yet. I would like to one day, but I don't got a family. I don't have kids, right? Like as soon as that happens, right? Like that's my priority. And everything else, like work is still going to be important. I got hobbies, things I like to do. Like those things are still going to be a part of my life. But your life is more than just working. And when you have that day to recharge, you can reflect a lot. And there's a lot of reflection that you can do in just one day. Because when you take a moment to just step away from things, and this is good business advice too, right? If you have a business and you're, just grinding, working hard, when you're in the thick of it, it could be hard to see where you're going wrong, like what you can improve upon, what you can do better, right? And so when you take that day, that time to step away and kind of remove yourself from it and maybe focus on things that fill up your cup spiritually, it could be really healing. And again, you have newfound energy. You might have more purpose. You're going to be able to recharge and go after it. And maybe even some new ideas will spark up. Again, sometimes you need to be away from the setting you're in to have new ideas. People are like, how do I avoid burnout? It's really not that hard. How do you avoid burnout? You just do things you want to do. You do things you want to do. Like what I remember when I was feeling like totally lost, right? Like this is a good story. I went out and again, this was when I was in sales, and we had a big conference, right? Like flew us out to Arizona, and I was just surrounded by all these other people who were just like me, grinding, working hard, but their results were better. Like they were crushing me. Like maybe I was doing good in where I was in, I'm in New Jersey in like my section, but there were people who were in different divisions, different regions all across the country, just crushing it, like just destroying. I was like, yo, man, how do I get like these people? And I just remember like just feeling, like I wanted to learn really bad, but I also was like mad. Like I was mad at myself. I was like, man, I'm grinding, I'm working so hard. Like, what am I doing this for? These other people are way ahead of they're where I want to be, and I'm not there, to put it lightly. And I remember like coming back and talking to my manager about it, be like, I don't know, I feel kind of lost. All these other people, they're working hard, but they also got lives. I feel like I'm working hard. I don't have a life right now. And I remember her breaking it down, just being like, man, like, what do you like to do? If you have a day off, if you have a week, a month, whatever, what are you doing? I just remember not even knowing how to answer that. I was like, man, I don't even know what I like to do. Because all I knew was work. Like, I didn't even know what I liked to do outside of work. And I liked my work. But again, like, work isn't going to fulfill you alone. It's got to be other things. I realized, I was like, man, I don't really have any hobbies. I don't have things I like to do outside of that. And that was like a really big low point, I feel like, in my life. Like, I was just doing this work that, I think was meaningful and fulfilling, yes, but there were other parts of me that weren't completely sad. My soul didn't feel like it was satisfied. It just felt like it was being, I guess, like abstracted from. Like, I was pouring out, but I didn't have enough to give. I didn't have enough to refill, right? So I felt kind of depleted, and that sucks. That's a not great feeling. And again, if you're somebody who maybe has a business or just like is really dedicated to your work, you'll kind of get what I mean. Maybe you have a goal that you're going after or something that you're doing, and you just feel like super locked in to that, but you're like, man, that's the only thing. Like everything else, I don't even know. Right? Like I don't even know what I don't know. And so, once I got that info, I was like, man, or had that conversation, I was like, now I could go out and really figure out who I am. So I remember after that, like I got really into exercising. Like I exercised before, but then I got really into the gym. Just like going really often. I started playing like a little bit of pickleball with my aunt, and then like got into pickleball, so that was fun. I joined like a softball league for a season with my friend, and did that in the fall. I did a bunch of things, but like all of those things helped me kind of figure out what I liked, what I didn't like, right? And they filled up my cup. Like I would go and be excited about playing pickleball with like a bunch of old ladies, bro. I would be excited about going and playing softball with my friend and a bunch of his boys, and just like having a couple brews. Like that was fun. I enjoyed that, and it filled up my cup. And then I would go in like the next day in the work, and I'd be like, all right, I have things to look forward to. Because let's be real, like work it's good, right? But it is not, it can be really fulfilling, but it's not, I don't think it's something that majority of people look forward to doing. Right? Like, I'll be real. The work that I do right now, I like it. It's good, but it's not like, wow, I can't wait to do this today. I can't wait to get out of bed and crush this, right? And some days are better than others, but I would say majority of people, especially if you're a young person, like you're probably just working whatever job, right? Maybe you're doing something in the field that you studied. It's something that you're passionate about, but it might not be like exactly what you want to do. And there's definitely days where you're just like, man, this is going to be a rough one. And so having that day of rest, like having that time for yourself is so important. Recharge, get into some other things. Like right now, yesterday I told you I made some cookies. Chili. I made some chili. I probably wish I made some cookies. I made chili. I made like this nice like meat bread, like stromboli type of thing. So like I'm getting really into cooking. Cinnamon rolls. I'll probably end up posting some of my recipes even on this channel at some point. But like that's something I really enjoy doing, and it's fun, and it's a skill. It's like I could always learn, and yeah, sometimes I'm probably gonna mess up a little bit, but it's cool. It's a learning experience, and it's fun. I get to try some new things out of that. I think having a good hobby that's exercise, like sporty-ish, is really good too. Like now that we got some snow, I'm like, man, I can't wait to just hit the slopes. And sometimes, like for me, that's really my day of rest, is like just doing things that I really enjoy and fill up my cup, right? Doesn't need to just be sitting on your phone doom scrolling, right? Like that's probably not the best way to fill up your cup. In fact, like that could kind of that really leads you more into sin, right? Of like that consumption, that what's the word, gluttony, right? Like people just think gluttony is just sitting down and eating all this delicious food, being overweight, right? But it's also overconsumption. So there's definitely ways where you can get good quality rest, and you'll just know, you'll feel good. You'll feel good in those other things that you're doing. Maybe it's like taking a bath, like a hot bubble bath, and like having like a glass of wine, right? Or like reading a good book and just sitting in bed and chilling, right? Like, and then maybe that's what gets you energized, especially if you don't sleep a lot. Like, it's so good. But yeah, that's what I was thinking about this weekend. I was like, man, we got all this snow. Having that day of rest is so important. There's just a reason why God gave it to us. I mean, there's always a reason. Like, and sometimes it kind of, you need to peel back, or you need to be in certain situations. But now it's like, I'm so grateful to rest, and especially when you work hard during the week, it's like, man, you just feel exhausted, and you're just so grateful for that feeling. Because when you get to rest, it feels good. It's like a high. It's like crack, dude. So that's all I got. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy the weather as much as you can. It is cold. Like, I'm out here. I'm shivering a little bit, and I got layers on. There's a lot of snow. We probably did like 3. Oh my gosh, we probably did like 3 pickups of snow. Like, of just going out there with the snow blower, shoveling. It's rough. So I'm probably gonna go back inside and have some more chili and make some more stuff. And again, hope you guys are doing good and getting after it. Refuel yourselves. Stay locked in. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.